Episode 9 of AdLabs is now live, your guide to making food ads that actually sell. Think sizzling visuals, clear positioning, and digital tactics that you can replicate today. Whether you're marketing peanut butter, healthy snacks, bakery treats, or cafe delights, this episode shows you how to make your product irresistible with minimal fuss. Don't just sell food, sell the flavor story. Search AdLabs, hit play on episode 9 and cook up ads that sell. Well, welcome back to AdLabs, the podcast where we decode timeless marketing wisdom and put it into actionable strategies for today's digital world. Every episode, we dive deep into iconic advertising lessons, dissect them, and give you the modern playbook to put them into action. So whether you're a solo entrepreneur, the founder of an SME, or you're leading a global brand, this is the podcast for you. My name is Vera Phoebe from VP Creations. Let's get started. Food ads aren't just about flavors, they're about feelings. Food advertising isn't just about taste, it's about positioning, appetite, and storytelling. In this episode, we go deep into Ogilvy Mather's legendary playbook on making food irresistible, from Pepperidge Farm nostalgic breeds to Hershey's chocolate bars oozing character. These rules still power great campaigns today. But what does that look like in Kenya 2025 and beyond? Think of Nutella-style indulgence, local peanut butter, or healthy treats from Nairobi hustlers. We'll break down how to tap into appetite appeal, brand personality, and real positioning. Then apply it even if you're a solo entrepreneur in a Kisumu kitchen or running a packaged snack line here in Nairobi. So how do you create food advertising that sells? By Ogilvy Mather. Ogilvy Mather advertises over 217 food products in 18 countries, and in the last 10 years, they have concluded that 512 research studies to show that some food advertisements sell and others don't. And here are some of the things that they have learned. The most important decision and the results of your advertising will depend less on how it is written rather than how it is positioned. It follows that the positioning must be decided before the advertising is created. Basically, look before you leap. When you make your positioning decision, stick with it. In 1957, Ogilvy Mather positioned Pepperidge Farm as the home of old-fashioned, nostalgic, good-baked products. For 15 years, every Pepperidge Farm advertisement has stuck faithfully to this original positioning. So when you position a food product, here are the 4 principles that help ensure success. Number 1, you need to know your customer. She is probably younger than you are and different from her mother in significant ways. She's more concerned about good nutrition and wants more information about the food she buys. So give it to her. And this is in the 50s, in the 60s, in the 70s. And in the 80s, 90s, people were still health conscious. And you can even see it right now. If 2 companies are selling the same product, the company that is likely to be picked is the one which positions itself as a health conscious. And the number one way you can see that this is right is many people are now paying gym memberships. Many people are now understanding calories here in Kenya. Many people are now talking about protein diets and protein deficiencies. So people are very much health conscious. So when you decide to position, look at it from that perspective. If you are in a fast moving consumer company and you have a lot of competition, always position your product from a health conscious perspective. And that's why you are even seeing companies like teas are also selling herbal teas and what have you. So they're also trying to position themselves in a way that is very much health conscious. So number 2, tell her how and when to use your product. For example, in Germany, Sanella margarine was repositioned from a table spread to a superior cooking margarine. Within 4 months, sales turned up dramatically. Ideally, this sort of margarine, everybody is selling it as a bread spread. But with Ogilvy's look into the advertising, they saw, why don't we just position this particular product as a cooking margarine? So that is like a super thing. So you're able to spread on your bread, at the same time cook it. And the lesson here is tell her how and when to use your product. So when you give somebody like a beverage, tell them when to use the product, when it's time to have a good time with your friends. So always make sure that comes out clearly. And it can only come out clearly if you have positioned yourself either distinctively different from your competitors, or you have something that is a different angle that you're trying to sell this common product. This is a good one. Don't forget to tell her it tastes good. Advertisers often stress convenience or health to the exclusion of appetite appeal. Always show the food. Show it ready to eat. Show it close up, in motion, spooning, pouring, sizzling. Appetite sells. And so that's why when you look at a lot of commercials when it comes to food, there's always that slow-mo bit or the B-roll where it shows in motion. The food is spooning, the food is pouring, the food is sizzling. That's how you're creating appetite. And when you work in advertisement, you'll know that if your advertisement is able to tingle the five senses, that is the sound, the eye, sometimes the smell and the taste, you're likely to sell your product better. And that's why you have people, when they do activations, they dish out samples for food. But the main point here is tell them it tastes good. Like vanilla ice cream tastes nice. So you don't only just want to talk about calories, make sure you're also able to talk about the taste. Another good one, give your product personality, a distinctive personality. That is, food advertising, like all advertising, benefits from personality. Hershey's milk chocolate bar was positioned as a familiar, warm, friendly, and great American chocolate. So you want to give food personality. So when you think of coffee, for example, what kind of personality would you give coffee? Probably give coffee a hyper personality. So if you drink coffee and you want to get out, you're probably loud personality. If you're selling something like margarine, what sort of personality are you likely to give that product as well? So you think through it. And I think personality can also come after you have positioned, you understand the product brand, and then you have given it the brand voice for the product. Then it becomes very easy and clear to position now where ideally you want to put the food as. I'd say that. So now, once you have determined the right positioning, you must communicate it in an interesting way so that your prospect notices, remembers, and takes action. Here are the 5 techniques that are going to help with that. The first technique is, if you have a new product, say so. News increases advertising impact by 15%. So if you change the color of the packaging of your product, it's news. If you change one ingredient in your product, it's news. If you change whatever you change, right? Whatever you increase the size twice as much, all that is news. Okay. The second technique is, if you have a real difference, demonstrate how your product is different from the rest. Third is, use appetite appeal. Food is the most appetizing when shown ready to eat, close up, and in motion. Fourth is, use recipes and cooking ideas. They more double up than readership. So again, that's why you're seeing so many products are doing a lot of cooking shows like Festive and all that. And lastly, don't try to be funny. Food isn't funny. It's serious. 3 times a day, every day. And don't forget sound. The sound of steaks sizzling or coffee packing can be just as persuasive as the visuals. At Ogilvy and Mather, we believe in knowing that the rules are, we many times decide to break them. That is why we have developed specialized bodies of knowledge on what makes success in advertising food, medicine, and children's product, travel product, and new product actually. So here is the value takeaway, or rather the deep dive into this. Ogilvy food advertising recipe is very much timeless. Position, appetite, personality, clarity, then deliver diligently. And here is how it applies in Kenya today. For solo entrepreneurs, think of street vendors or people who are cottage producers. When it comes to positioning, A jam or a peanut butter brand from Homa Bay can lean into things like farm fresh, preservative free, local, making it clear from the first line. Even if you come to Nairobi and you are selling this peanut butter brand from Homa Bay, when somebody is buying it, I mean, there's no difference between it and the one which is produced in Nairobi, but just simply saying it's Homa Bay farm fresh peanut butter might have a different impact than just it being a local peanut butter, right? Just a normal one from Nairobi. Second is appetite appeal. Capture the sound of mandazi sizzling or mango chutney drizzling in a TikTok reel. According to expert, food in motion plus ASMR is conversion gold. And lastly, personality via TikTok and WhatsApp. Show your making process, roasting peanuts, stirring, labeling by hand. Tag it with fresh from Nairobi or fresh from Homa Bay to humanize your brand. So all this is what people are doing currently. Like, it's not anything new, but having old school principles just backing up whatever you're doing, I think that should make you feel like you are doing something important. So let's move to the next. For SMEs, small brands and local startup. So take, for example, positioning and packaging. Take, for example, Peptang peanut butter. It is positioned as budget friendly but high quality with no sugar option. Use that as clarity on packaging and landing pages. So budget friendly and high quality is the positioning that Peptang peanut butter has decided to take. And I'm talking a lot about peanut butter because I don't know, you close your eyes like this. Everyone has a peanut butter brand. Come on, it's just so common. And then digital sampling. Use Instagram ads to show this post for 50 shillings off your first jar. A simple ROI to play to generate both interest and user-generated proof. For macro brands, which are larger Kenyan food companies. So personality plus scale, think Java House, Kukito concept. They're branding with Kenyan identity at scale. In TikTok, they could run recipe-led reels showing them a choma in slow motion with sizzle sound. I think they're already doing that because it's so common. Digital plus out-of-home combination for mass brands like Brookside Dairy or Big Snacks. Pair supermarket with TikTok storytelling, showing milk pouring or yogurt swirling while running HD visuals in malls. What about local campaign inspiration? A healthy snack brand in Nairobi could run, for example, this peanut butter has no sugar, just the goodness of Homa Bay peanuts, backed by a TikTok reel of them showing packaging jars manually with sizzle plus texture close-up. I can't wait to do a mock-up advertisement of food. I really need to do one. So that's going to be interesting. And then platform tactics. So on TikTok, use trending audios, close up and prep the SMR style. And I hope you are really understanding that even when we are giving options like TikTok and whatever, even if you are using trending audios, make sure that the content lives up to what it's supposed to do. Still maintain showing the food in those formats, either sizzling, drizzling, spooning, and what have you. So those are the videos that tantalize and get people to take the next step. Instagram plus meta ads, carousel versus single image to test emphasis, taste versus convenience, and for WhatsApp broadcast, offer cooking ideas. So like you could use your peanut butter in porridge, for example. For home-based customers who are recipe-driven marketing, it doubles as readership. What we would consider readership, right? Well, that's episode 9 of AdLabs, how to create food advertising that sells from Hershey's crown to Nairobi peanut butter hustle. Ogilvy rules still apply if you serve hunger with clarity and personality and digital appetite. Whether you're a solo entrepreneur scaling a small brand or you're managing a larger food business, use your brand's flavor, visuals, and voice to stand out. I'm Vera Phoebe. See you in the next episode.